According to Indiana law, you can spend 60 days to a year for driving while intoxicated or under the influence. Everyone has a different tolerance level, but it is better to be safe than sorry. Once your child takes their last turn down the slide, make sure to use hand sanitizer to avoid spreading or getting germs. The International Journal of Environmental Health Research found that playgrounds are the most contaminated surface. SeaWorld is planning to double the size of its pools. The new 10 million gallon whale tank will include a fast water current to simulate the ocean, in which the whales swim against the tide. SeaWorld has been facing criticism over the past 18 months following the release of the documentary Blackfish. The documentary suggested that captivity of these killer whales led to violent behavior and the death of trainers. The Orlando company said these renovations have been in the works for some time and are not in response to Blackfish. The new facilities will first open in San Diego in 2018. In 2012, a live campus found that 94% of first-year students use social media sites such as Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Pinterest. Social media consumes hours of students' lives each day and can even be sources for news. Athletes need to be particularly careful while posting on social media. Assistant Athletic Director Jackie Paquette speaks with athletes prior to each season about being careful on social media.
The main thing that we tell our student athletes is to not put something out on Twitter or on Facebook, anything like that, that you wouldn't be afraid of your mom reading, basically. And another big thing we tell them is that they are representing us. Whether you like it or not, you are a student athlete at the University of Indianapolis.
The negative possibilities of social media could outweigh the benefits. Here are 3 easy steps to making your profile safer. First, use the privacy settings to allow only your friends to view your profile. Second, be cautious in who you are friends with or follow. It may be a fake account and can cause viruses. Third, what goes online stays online. If you have to think twice about posting it, it is better to avoid it altogether. Ithaca College professor Anthony Adornato teaches a course on social media and how to use it effectively.
For college students, especially those going into the job market, social media, it's your resume nowadays. I mean, the first thing someone does when your name comes across their desk, a potential employer, is they're going to Google your name. So I would recommend for students to do a social media audit on themselves.
Social media has its dangers, but it can be done proactively. Trevor Cox, UND TV. Going to parties and drinking seems to be the norm these days in college. The National Institute of Alcohol Abuse and Alcoholism found that 4 out of 5 college students drink alcohol. However, almost 2,000 college students between the ages of 18 and 24 die each year from alcohol-related unintentional injuries. Indiana University has been in the spotlight the past few years with alcohol-related incidents. If you drive around Bloomington, you are bound to see signs with Lauren Spear's face on them. Spearer was a sophomore at IU. After leaving Kilroy's intoxicated, she visited a friend. She left his apartment complex alone with no shoes, ID, or phone. Right here at the intersection of 11th and College was the last place IU student Lauren Spearer was seen on June 3, 2011 at 4:30 a.m. More recently, 2013 Zionsville graduate Rachel Feig went to a house party at IU on August 22nd, and her life came to a tragic ending early Friday morning. Right here behind me is where incoming IU freshman Rachel Feig fell down the stairs between 1 and 2 a.m. The police were not called until 6 or 7 hours later, but it was too late. Claire Poindexter graduated from Zionsville High School with Feig.
Our entire soccer team gets together and we put on a camp for Hispanic kids in inner city Indianapolis. And so my favorite memories of her are really just how engaged she got with the kids and how much they loved her and just clinging to her neck and just really just like seeing her love for everyone else.
These saddening events could have been prevented if the correct precautions were taken. State Senator Jim Merritt has tried to do his share to help prevent deaths involving alcohol.
This allows those teenagers who want to cooperate with the police to call 911 to make sure they save a life. And this offers some amnesty, immunity, if you will, for the caller and for anybody that's willing to cooperate with the police.
I polled 100 students at UND and asked if they knew about the Lifeline law. Only 27% of students were familiar with the recently drafted law. According to Fiesta Frog, IU ranked as the 13th greatest party school in the nation in 2013.
The main thing I would say is to, always look out for your friends, be with your friends. Don't go to a party alone and don't leave parties alone. And if someone's in trouble, don't be afraid to act. It's better for them to be safe and just take a ticket or something like that.
I think it's important to remember as a girl when you're going to parties or environments where you're going to be out really late to make sure you have a buddy system and to make sure you're always going with friends that you trust and know are there to protect you, and when you're leaving a party or going home at night to make sure you're never leaving alone.
The most important thing is to go to parties in groups, and so I've always had no man left behind policy where if you go with 3 or 4 people, then all of you should leave together. You arrive together, you leave together. Some of the other things that are important is don't accept drinks from people you don't know. If you choose to drink alcohol, get your own drinks.
It is unknown whether Spearer would be missing today had she practiced safe habits. College students can still have a safe time when alcohol is involved. Trevor Cox, UND TV. According to the Indiana State Department of Health, as of February 26th, 53 Hoosiers have died from influenza-associated deaths this season. Almost 50% of those infected with the flu are between the ages of 5 and 24, so it's very important to take the right precautions. The flu is a contagious respiratory illness caused by a virus that is spread through coughing, sneezing, and touching contaminated items. Common symptoms include a 100-degree Fahrenheit or higher fever, cough, sore throat, and/or headache. According to local weather affiliates, the 2013-2014 winter season has been the coldest in 37 years and has produced the 3rd greatest amount of snow in Indiana history, but UND students are being proactive about it.
We have a large contingency of students who get the flu shot every year, and more programs and places are requiring students who work off campus or such as nursing students and such to have a flu shot. So I think that's really helped. However, secondary infections from the flu, such as sinus infections, throat infections, respiratory infections, we're still seeing lots and lots of those from people being inside so much this winter.
Here are 5 tips to staying healthy during flu season. First, talk to your doctor or pharmacist to see if you are at risk of getting the flu. Second, wash your hands frequently with warm water. Third, eat a healthy diet rich in vitamins C and E. Fourth, exercise regularly to lower stress and stimulate the immune system. And finally, get a good night's sleep to keep your body ready to defeat germs. Take the time to follow these guidelines to avoid catching the virus. Trevor Cox, UND TV.